Hi! We're going to one of my favorite spots for a 5-star all-you-can-eat Mexican brunch today, and I know you're not going to want to miss this. And be sure to stay to the end. We're going to reveal a few discounts and how to get them. Welcome to Let's Eat Vegas, a guide to Las Vegas restaurants, buffets, and other eating establishments, showing you the good, the bad, and the delicious. The Border Grill is not your ordinary Mexican restaurant. It's gourmet cuisine prepared by two famous chefs from the Food Network show, Too Hot Tamales. Mary Sue Milliken and Susan Feniger have created a truly spectacular place. It's not just a restaurant, but a destination. I grew up watching their show, and I remember when they first opened up the Border Grill in Santa Monica, California. And let me tell you, these ladies can cook. It was the place to be, and always very crowded. Their restaurant was a virtual who's who of famous celebrities. And why wouldn't they be slammed? If you make great food, they will come. The buffet is a collection of small plate dishes, also known as tapas. Each dish is done after just 3 or 4 bites. This allows you to try many different items. We decided to try each of the 18 dishes on the all-you-can-eat menu, which is no problem for 2 people. In fact, we ended up having 3 and 4 of a number of the dishes. This is the Barbacoa Benedict. It's served on a cornbread muffin. The barbacoa is topped with a perfectly poached egg and a sumptuously smooth and rich hollandaise sauce. This is no ordinary cornbread muffin. It's a perfect little airy piece of heavenly goodness. I ate 3 of these. The barbacoa is very flavorful as well. You can taste the love that went into this dish. The steak and eggs were really good. I like it nice and rare, and that's the way they serve it unless otherwise requested. The potatoes are nicely seasoned, and they go well with the cuminy black beans. The egg is a wonderful touch as well, and a perfect vehicle for the spicy salsa. They brought me the spiciest one they have. It's habanero. They used a great cut of skirt steak here. It just melted in my mouth. I ordered 2 more of these, and each one was better than the next. I love these little plates. They look bigger on camera, but they were really very small little plates. I wish you could taste this horchata French toast. Even if you're not a fan of horchata, you would love it. The toast itself is really soft in the middle and crisp on the outside and super buttery. The combination of the horchata and the syrup is truly wonderful. I love the notes of cinnamon as well. I'm a huge fan of cinnamon. We both love this dish. In fact, we ate 3 orders of it. I also love the brioche bread dipped in egg and cooked in butter. How could this not be good? The birria short rib, it was great. It reminded me of a slow-cooked pot roast. Great rich flavors going on here. Birria seems to be all the rage these days. You see it everywhere. I remember when I was 21 and living in Mexico, having it for the first time. It was a very rich and smoky meat, and I fell in love with it right away. Each buffet, they have a new pancake of the day. It was terrific. The pancake itself was a great texture, very well prepared, and I'd say more or less a traditional pancake recipe. On this day, the pancake was topped with a homemade guava jam and what I think is some sort of berry jam. I did love the fresh blueberries. They were a welcome relief from the really sweet syrup. I think the syrup may have been prickly pear. Our server Brandon gave me a side of it, and I poured it all over the pancake, so it was bathed in sugary goodness. The enchilada, it was excellent. Surprisingly, it's filled with scrambled eggs. The homemade tortilla is wonderful, and the sauce on top is phenomenal. I really love this dish. We both enjoyed this dish very much, and it was as beautiful to look at as it was to eat. I believe the sauce was made from pureed Chipotle and arbol chilies and had a very creamy texture. The breakfast taco is filled with egg. Oh no, no more eggs, please, I surrender. This was probably my least favorite dish of the day. Maybe it's just due to the egg overload I'm experiencing right now. At this point, you can see I'm getting a little egged out, but our server Brandon just informed me that I don't have to have eggs if I don't want them. This is good news, but since I'm trying everything on the menu, I'm going to try them with this next dish anyway. The chilaquiles were lovely. Teeny tiny little diced chips, fried and mixed with Mary Sue and Susan's sensational sauce. For sure, this is a must-try while you're here. This was definitely one of our favorite dishes. There's so much going on in these little bites. And when we said teeny tiny, we mean it. The video makes them appear larger than they were, but they held up well to the sauce and stayed crispy. They have a very deep, rich flavor. The Campechana, yet another dish I like very much. More than a shrimp cocktail, it's like a ceviche tostada, really light, citrusy, and refreshing. The fried homemade tortilla on it just makes it even more delicious. The grilled shrimp on top is a nice touch. Diablo chicken and churro waffles. Where do I begin? I love the waffle. In place of the usual dense texture is this lighter than air churro, just a puff that goes down quickly. And the fried chicken is crispy and spicy due to the Diablo sauce. We ended up eating several of these. This tamale, so good. I love the masa. It's so perfect, and the sauce is not spicy at all. I think you'll love this little bite-sized treat. I ate 2 of these little flavor bomb goodies. They were filled with shredded chicken, and the guajillo sauce was so tasty. I love the avocado bomb, which is just pureed avocado, and the Mexican crema fresca, which is a combination of sour cream and creme fraiche. The Conchas Jam is great, light and crispy on the outside. I love this little bread-like pastry with a touch of homemade jam on the bottom. Yum! I know it's not very pretty to look at, and many other reviewers didn't seem to like it, but I thought it was wonderful, and I could tell it was fresh, right out of the oven. Salmon avocado toast. This was wonderful. It was like a thin sliver of bagel and lox. It was extremely light and delicate. I loved it. The salmon was citrus cured, and the cream cheese was infused with epazote. Epazote is a Mexican herb. It's hard to describe. It's roughly a cross between arugula and radish leaf in flavor. In fact, you'll commonly see radish leaf listed as an acceptable substitute in recipes which call for epazote. I also love the capers. They always make such a great complement to salmon. I love the prickly pear Chia Parfait. Usually it's hard to detect the flavor of prickly pear. They're sort of like dragon fruit. They impart very little flavor in anything, no matter how hard you try. Yet somehow, miraculously, they managed to fill this delightful little treat with an abundance of flavor. The Churro Tots. I was expecting this to be lighter than it was, but it was still very good, just more like a little round donut, then infused with chocolate and a raspberry sauce and sprinkled with cinnamon. Today they offered a special as well. It was a chicken chipotle slider on a brioche bun. This was one of our favorites. The chicken was crispy and spicy from the chipotle sauce. There was also pickled peppers and some type of jam. The bread was perfect and the entire sandwich was heavenly. We could eat 100 of these. I'm glad you can see me picking it up, so you can see just how small it truly is. We really liked Border Grill. The food was excellent, and if the Border Brunch is any indication of everything else, we can't wait to go back and explore all the dishes on the regular menu. While trying to decide if we were going to do the all-you-can-eat Border Brunch, we felt there being only a few dessert items might be a problem. But by the end of the meal, my sweet tooth was easily satisfied, as many of the buffet dishes were sweet. So don't be worried if you have similar fears about missing out on dessert. Overall, we felt this brunch was amazing. Of the 18 items on the menu, we would gladly order 16 of them again. You're not going to find a better all-you-can-eat Mexican feast anywhere. I promise you're going to love it as much as we did, and it's worth every penny. And tell them Let's Eat Vegas sent you. I know we're all guilty of watching videos on YouTube and not subscribing. As a reminder, it's free to subscribe, and it really helps us bring you more videos. So please like, subscribe, share, comment, and hit the notifications bell. It means a lot to us. Finally, here's the information about the discounts at Border Grill. Locals receive 15% off the entire check. And for anyone, you'll receive 15% off for attending any of these venues: Michael Jackson 1, House of Blues, Michelob Ultra Arena, and the Shark Reef. Just show your ticket to get the discount. Until we eat again, bon appetit!